Welcome everybody to Pontus Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 2, Episode 3 of Viking Gods, the TSR minigame from 1982. We are playing a mod of Viking Gods, and we're calling it Asgard versus the Celestials. I had created these Celestial back in the day, and this is the first time they're getting played after all these years. So Celestials were the planet seeders of planet life in the Thor comic books, and they would judge the race that they created after thousands of years to see if they were worthy to live. So imagine like Celestials came to Earth millions of years ago, they put life on the Earth, they come back, monitor humans and life here, and they decide thumbs up or thumbs down. Arsham would do the thumbs up or the thumbs down. So let's see what happens in the game as we jump into round number 3. We'll do a quick recap of round 2, and then we'll jump right into round 3. But first, let's shout out to the economic side of the channel. Pontus Fathom Press, it's our sponsored channel. It's a bookstore that we have. This is Disclosure from the Necronomicon Fragment. We've got Necromancy of Nyarlathotep, The Alchemy of Azathoth, and Hermeticism of Hastur. If you're a Cthulhu fan, like cosmic horror, these are for you. Each of these are a standalone which focuses on one of the great old ones, Hastur, Azathoth, or Nyarlathotep, although they all kind of weave in Cthulhu in general. And you can see that kind of octopus artwork on the covers of these. So check out the bookstore. There's those books and more, something for everyone there. Helps us support the channel, and you can also support us if books are not your thing, or if print books are not your thing. Go over to our Patreon. As a member, you can access some of the content as ebooks or PDFs that you can download as a member for as little as $1. So that's a great feature. You can also look at some inside baseball and some upcoming stuff that we're working on. So thank you for your support down there. And as usual, liking and subscribing right here on YouTube, leaving a comment. I get to the comments. Really appreciate you guys watching them. We're also on Rumble and Odyssey, so you can check us out on those channels if you prefer. And let us get into the gameplay. So in round 2, we lost Surtur, the Destroyer, and Tefral. And one thing I forgot to do at the end of round 2 is I didn't put the tokens on the Rainbow Bridge. So each gameplay, at the end of the game, the Rainbow Bridge starts to collapse under the weight of these giant Celestials. So I don't know if you're familiar with the Marvel Celestials, you can look them up, but they are gigantic, world size, like Galactus size, Jack Kirby drawn space aliens. So they're basically coming to fight the Asgardians here, and let's jump right into it. So we'll start out with the movement for the Celestials. So let's go ahead and move Arsham 1, 2. Let's move Oneg 1. Let's move Esam 1, 2, and let's move 1, 2, and finally 1, 2. Okay, so let's do it like this. Arsham will go after this stone giant who's got the range throw. So we'll start out with Arsham. That's 8 minus 1 is plus 5. So let's do a roll for that. The stone giant is gone, obliterated by Arsham's eye beams. Let's have Oneg fight the storm giant. It's 8 minus 2, 8 minus 3. So that's plus 5 also. 4, storm giant gone. Heimdall with Esson. This is Esson. So we have, I'll show you, I showed you Arsham last time. I'll show you Heimdall, Oneg, and Esson here. Try to get these focused. Yeah, you can see them there. You can kind of see their faces. Oneg and Esson, very tiny little chits. So Esson will take on Heimdall. That's 8 minus 4, so it's plus 4. He does have a chance to live. Heimdall gets a defender, retreats. Very lucky. He can move back here. He escapes the wrath of the Celestials. That was an attack by Esson the Searcher. the celestial tasked with seeking, who is kind of familiar with, similar to Heimdall, because Heimdall has to do with, he can hear the grass go and he can see across the universe, basically. So this is interesting that those two end up fighting each other. Next up, we're going to have the Unimine versus Gamenon, the Gatherer. So that's 5, 8 minus 5. That's only plus 3. So let's see how the Unimine gets a 2. Unimine obliterated. Unimine is gone. Okay, next up and last up, it's Loki versus Nezar, the Calculator. This is interesting too, because he has projection of illusions as one of his powers. So he projects the illusions. Actually, I didn't move these guys up. Let me move them up. So Nezar versus Loki is 8 minus 4, also plus 4. Loki needs a 5 or a 6 to survive. And he gets a 3. Loki is obliterated. And there's Loki's cool emblem, cool art for this game. Okay, so nobody's getting close to the Celestials, but let's go in there and try it. So we've got the Celestials, they've moved in. Let's have some attacks on Arsham, the Judge. Maybe we'll have Fenris Wolf go 1, 2, and Heimdall will attack Gamenon, and Jormund, the Midgard Serpent, and Garm will fight Nezar. And then we'll start bringing these fire giants down. They lost Surtur. Actually, let's not block them in so they can retreat somewhere. Let's just make sure everyone has a retreat space. So everyone has a retreat somewhere. If they can't retreat, then they'll die instantly. So everyone's got a retreat space for the battle. Let's also move. He can teleport in. We'll have Thor move in too. We'll have Odin move in too. And we'll have Vidar come behind. Magni, Frey, Skirner, Sif 1 has to stop in the mountain. Uller 1, 2, Tyr, Modi. For Senti can move 2 because he's not bound by that. And the dwarves 1, 1, and the dwarves 1. And let's move these men 1, 2. Valkyries down, down. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay, so we're all moving down to get these Celestials. Let's start out with, let's zoom in here so you guys can see this. We will zoom in and have Thor, Odin, and Frekengrir fight Arsham, the Judge. So that's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 versus 9. It's only plus 2. So we need a 1 or a 2 to kill him. And we get a 5, so it's a draw. Not good. Okay, so let's have Heimdall and Fenris. And yeah, I'm guessing we're going to have to buddy up a little more than this. Heimdall, Fenris, and Jormund. So it's 8, and 8 is going to be 0 plus 5. So if we add in the Midgard Serpent, we get plus 5 on Gamenon. So let's do plus 5 on Gamenon. And we get a 1. Gamenon is taken out of the game. Just zoom out a little bit here. Okay, that is going to do it for the Celestials and the Asgardians. Let's do Hela's motion. So Hela has got, she can move like this. So first round, Hela gets a 2, and we can migrate that to a 3 instead. So the next roll, She gets a 6. She'll move back. And then one more time she gets a 1. And she moves to this position. So Hela is still contained in that area. We've got to be careful not to be around her. And that is going to do it for the turn. We'll see you guys in round number 4. Thanks for watching, and looking forward to wrapping this up. It looks like the Celestials have a pretty good advantage in this one. So let's see what happens in the next round. Oh, by the way, I've got to add the 2 tokens here. And now we're set to quit. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.